Chapter 10 is called the Great Climax, and it picks up the fact that the Bible from the Old Testament through the New Testament speaks about the day of the Lord, the big day, the day to which the prophets looked forward, the day which Jesus spoke about, the day that Paul speaks about, which we have come to talk about as the end of the world, although, as I've said, I don't think that's necessarily the best way of describing this. But nevertheless, there is certainly a climax. And the question is, what does the Bible actually tell us about that? What can we be confident of? And it seems to me there are at least three things that the Bible unmistakably talks about, none of which we can understand with any degree of simplicity, but nevertheless I think are biblical certainties. One is the return of Christ. The Lord Jesus will return. He will return to claim his kingdom. And this is something which the New Testament is so full of that indeed it ends on that, with Jesus saying, I'm coming again. And the second thing is that return of Christ will signal the resurrection of the dead. Again, something that it's impossible for us to get our minds around, that every human person who's ever lived on this planet will be raised to face their Creator. No matter how they died, where they died, how long ago they died, what has happened to their body, the dead will be raised. The resurrection is an affirmation of the New Testament. And thirdly, that all human beings will be raised to face the judgment of God. And so the great judgment day of God is a subject which we find in the Scriptures. It's prophesied in the Old Testament. It's very clearly there in the teaching of Jesus and the apostles. So we need to ask these questions. What do these three great realities constitute? How should we look forward to them? How can we prepare for them? In what sense are they part of the gospel? And those are some of the issues that we want to address in this chapter on the Great Climax.